Today we are joined by Kevin Post from Pacific Drain and Plumbing. Good morning,
Good morning.
Kevin. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Topic for today, which is preventing clients' dream homes from becoming plumbing nightmares. So, Kevin, we'll go ahead and just jump right into it.
Perfect.
Can you go ahead and introduce us to this topic and give us a brief explanation of what we're going to talk about today?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Nice to meet everybody here. I'm Kevin Post over at Pacific Drain and Plumbing. One of the things I have a passion for is drains and waste lines, and one of the things that I feel all real estate agents or homeowners know a little bit about is their plumbing system inside the house. Even it might not be a whole bunch, but I feel like everybody's a little familiar with the plumbing inside the house from real estate reports and things like that. But I think that the one thing that they're not as knowledgeable about is the sewer line. And a lot of people don't realize that their homeowners own the entire sewer line all the way up to and even including their connection to the city main. So that's kind of my passion in this business, and I think we can get into some good education on that today.
Perfect. Well, we're excited. Thank you for coming again. We're very excited to have you. It's going to be fun. So how can real estate agents maximize the value of their plumber?
Yeah, so number one, it's definitely important having a good team, build a good team. A plumber is somebody, number one, that should be able to give some good referrals. If you think about it, plumbers work with drywallers, they work with countertop people, tile, painting individuals, professionals, roofers, use them for their referrals. But as far as the plumbing profession goes, number one, I think you need to make sure that your plumber is able to perform all of your needed services. Some plumbing companies just specialize in drains. Some might just specialize in the plumbing inside the house. Some might specialize in sewer repair. Some don't do sewer repair. Some might not do trenchless repair. So find a good partner, number one. Number two, I'd say sending inspection reports to the plumbers. They should be able to get you in the ballpark at least by looking at those items, especially with the wonderful reports that these people are getting these days that have pictures and highlights and things like that on the report. Always good to know if just your client's going to have a $3,000 repair, or is it just a $300 repair? At least they could get you in the ballpark by looking at that. So use them, utilize the plumber by sending the inspection reports. You could also, they should be able to give free estimates. So even coming out to the house, visiting the house to give you a free estimate to repair any problems that are found. And team up with somebody that's available 24/7, I feel. We all know that real estate agents, they're hardworking professionals. They don't exactly work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. A lot of weekends, a lot of after hours and things like that. So get a plumber that's going to be answering his phone for you and able to service your needs.
Is that uncommon to have plumbers who don't?
Yeah, a lot of plumbers, call them the garage plumbers, one or two man shows that kind of like their phone's off at 5 p.m. We offer a 24/7 service. Seems like plumbing is kind of Murphy's Law. It's going to happen on the holidays. It happens on the weekends and night times. And that's when you need us most. So find a plumber that's available for you 24/7 on the weekends and after hours to serve your needs and your buyers and sellers' needs as well.
Perfect. Alrighty. When it comes to the buyer gathering information on whether or not they should have someone inspect their sewer line, are there any rules of thumb that the buyer can use?
Yeah, definitely. So the rule of thumb that the buyer could use, something that I would, let's see. First of all, keep in mind that sewer lines, houses built from 1970 to present day are made out of a superior material than they used prior to 1970. And my expertise, first of all, since this is going, nationwide or whatever it is here, I'm most familiar with San Diego County and even more familiar with North San Diego County. And definitely, as far as our city goes, 1970 was kind of the magic year for starting to use a plastic pipe that's much superior. So the red flags were on the rule of thumbs the buyer could use. Good rule of thumb, I would say, let me make sure I understand this question right. Gathering information, whether they should have someone. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so something just to make everybody aware of, sewer line blockages are caused by nature. The sewer line is the one and only pipe that takes everything from the house to the city connection. If that sewer line is going to stop up, it's going to be a cause of nature versus a drain line where in the house, say a kitchen sink, a bathroom sink, a washer drain, a bathtub, those blockages are caused by the human beings that are living inside that house. A sewer line blockage is caused by nature, generally speaking. So some good rules of thumb. If you're buying a house and let's say the seller is telling you, I have to clean out my sewer line, but it's only, fill in the blanks every year, every 18 months, every 2 years. Okay, a sewer line shouldn't have to be cleaned and maintained. All right, so if they say that, that's a good rule of thumb on why you should inspect your sewer line. If there's large trees on the property, trees have roots that invade the pipes and things like that. If you see any concrete repairs on the property, that could be a sign of a sewer repair that was made. ABS cleanouts. I brought a cleanout here, and this is a 4-inch ABS cleanout. The ABS, it's a black plastic pipe. Obviously, if you see an ABS cleanout installed, the cleanout's just a method of, the only time you need it is to clean out the pipe. If you see an ABS cleanout, remember from 1970 to present day, on a house that was built prior to 1970, that should be a red flag because the cleanout was installed because they had a problem. If you see, a lot of people don't know, but you'll see an S stamped on the face of the curb, and S stands for sewer. That's where the sewer line leaves or enters the property. So good rule of thumb, if you line yourself up with the S and maybe a downstairs bathroom or a sewer cleanout, if there's big trees that are in that path, that would be a red flag of why you should camera the sewer line. Also, we have been educating home inspectors for about 15 years now, and one of the things that we tell them is if you take the cleanout cap off and you see any grooves on the cleanout, that's a sign that the sewer line's been cleaned, chances are more than one time. So that would be a good red flag for you there. So yeah.
So it's stuff that we could see every day. Like you said, the S on the sidewalk, I see those every day walking through neighborhoods. So it's just something you can look at.
Try to tell you guys some useful information.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, that's not
too hard. Why we're here.
Yeah. Alrighty. What is a fair price to pay for a sewer line camera inspection? And then on top of that, what can the client expect to get for that cost?
Sure. So our charge, for example, is $225, and you should be able to get, so that would be a fair price if you're somewhere in that neighborhood, somewhere in that ballpark. And you should be able to receive a video of the findings. The video could come on a DVD, a thumb drive, or sometimes we can put it online for you to watch, like on YouTube or something like that. You should also receive a proposal or an estimate to fix any of the problems found during that sewer line camera inspection. So another reason to make sure that the contractor you're using is able to perform those services to fix any problems that he finds during the inspection. Otherwise, you have to get another company involved or others involved, or maybe pay for that sewer line inspection more than once. So
okay,
yeah,
perfect. Good to know. Does a plumbing contractor have to be hired, or is it okay to have the home inspector camera the sewer line?
Good question. Yeah. So my experience with home inspectors cameraing and inspecting sewer lines is I've never seen one do it that had the right equipment. So a lot of times they're using a smaller camera, one that's meant for 2-inch lines, like a kitchen sink line. They're using that to camera the sewer line. You just don't have the push power or the distance on the snake or on the rod of the camera. Also, the camera is one thing. Okay, you're able to identify what the problem is, but another tool that's on the camera is just as important. I've never seen a home inspector carry this, is a sewer line locator. So that camera, if it's the right equipment, again, it'll have a built-in transmitter about 3 inches back from the eyeball or the lens of that camera that sends a signal up to ground level, so that once you identify what the problem is, whether it's broken or crushed or roots or a family of squirrels living in there, it doesn't matter what you find.
Yeah.
But you're going to want to know, the homeowner's going to want to know, where is the problem? How deep is the problem? And how do we go about fixing it? So I haven't seen a home inspector that has a locator as well to locate that problem. So that's an important tool. Yeah. And also, if that home inspector does find any problems, he's not going to be able to give you a proposal to repair. Where again, if you have the right company in there, the right partner to work with, they should be able to do all that. Camera, identify any problems, locate the problems, tell you where they are and how deep they are, and also give you a proposal to repair any problems that we find. Otherwise, you're going to end up paying another contractor, having to get another opinion, or pay for the camera again. So that would be the idea, is just to pay for it, pay for the camera, get it done right, get it done once only.
Perfect. So yeah, it's worth it to pay that extra. What did you say the sewer line camera inspection?
$225. I mean, for a a piece of pipe that's the most expensive pipe to repair.
Yeah.
You can imagine if you're digging up a street. I mean, on this street, even if it goes out to Loker Avenue, you own this sewer line for this building, let's say. So, or the owner of the building does. So it could be 10 feet deep under that busy street out there.
Yeah.
You're going to have to deal with traffic control. You're going to have to deal with asphalt repairs, trench plates, the liability of the whole. It gets expensive real quick.
Yeah.
So camera that sewer line, do it once and do it right.
Yeah,
Yes.
do it right the first time, exactly. Okay, let's see. If there are any problems found during the sewer line camera inspections, are there any programs that different cities offer to assist homeowners in repairing that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I know that for a fact up here in North County, San Diego, there's 2 different municipalities that will offer a sewer line repair reimbursement. And these programs that I'm speaking of will reimburse the homeowner up to $3,000 for any sewer repair that's made between the house and the city connection. Of course, you got to qualify, and fill out the paperwork, but I found it almost to be like just 5 minutes of paperwork. It's very simple for the homeowner to do. So definitely check in your city or your municipalities to find out if in your state or city, if there are any programs, because 100% in San Diego alone, I know of 2, and I could almost promise you that there's more. So that's a great question. Great way to help the city pay for any sewer problems. Sewer repairs, yeah.
Perfect. Well, that's all I have for my questions. If you just want to tell us a little bit more about your company and what cities you...
Sure. Yeah, thanks. So Pacific Drain and Plumbing, we also own Aero Pipeline Repair, and we're a full-service plumbing contractor. We deal with the water before you drink it and after you drink it, and all the way to the city connection. We were started in 1975 by my dad, Lane Post. I have a brother now involved, Casey Post, and myself, Kevin Post, and we're here to serve all of your plumbing needs in San Diego County. We like to say we pick up where the average plumber stops. I'm real big at giving out my cell phone number at the real estate caravans and the different realtors that I'm dealing with and networking with. So I'm always available, and I'm here just for anybody's plumbing needs. If you guys live in another state or another city that I don't service, I'm even proud to look at an estimate, kind of make sure it passes the smell test, maybe even reaching out to that contractor and asking the right questions to make sure. So again, utilize your tools.
Definitely.
Use your plumber as a tool, which I'm here for you and your team at any capacity. So yeah, thanks for reaching out to me, and I'm happy to help in any way I can.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for that. Kevin's information is in the description of this video. We have his office number, his cell phone number, and his email. So definitely utilize him. He's here for your plumbing needs. Like you said, even if you're in a different state, you have a question, make sure that you're getting what everything you need out of it.
Yeah, we're here to make you guys look good as well. So anyway, I can help.
Short on anything.
Sure.
So that's what Kevin's here for.
I'm here.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We're super happy to have you. And thank you everyone who has joined us live. If you guys have any questions that come up after this video, Kevin, his email is in here, so feel free to email him, call him.
Please, I'm here for you.
All of you can call him at the same time. I'm sure he'd love to hear from every single one of you. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us, and once again, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
thanks everyone.
Pleasure.
Have a good day.